Hey, love. How are
Hi.
you? You look gorgeous.
Child, I try to put something on.
You look good. I love it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
I know what you got on.
You know, I try to do what I can do, honey. You know.
You're
How are you,
beautiful.
though?
I'm good. I'm so happy for this moment that you are giving me right now. I'm excited right now.
Well, we're happy that you gave us this moment as well, honey, because this is a pleasure, because you are definitely, I've been seeing you doing big things, honey, big things. And
Yeah,
I
I'm
am very
trying.
proud of you. I just want to let you know.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So I know during COVID-19, it's like it's pretty much made a stop for everything.
Yeah.
I mean everything. So how are you holding up during the COVID-19 and quarantine and everything?
That's a very great question. So what I've been doing during my COVID-19, of course, I'm still working. I'm doing what I'm doing. But besides all that, I actually me and my sister, we've been doing stuff around the house. As you can see my background, I redecorated
Love
my
it.
whole room. I got this fake plant next to me. So I've been doing that, and also I partnered with this collection called Proud Black. So I've
Uh-huh.
been advertising that, and I think a lot of people have been seeing that. So
Yes,
just to
I
keep
have.
myself relevant, I just been taking a lot of pictures just to, like, advertise that brand so people could see and know about it. And I'm really big at marketing. So I
Right.
like to, like, bring things out. So since I'm not out there doing my thing, I just choose to, like, do my little photo shoots in my room or go out somewhere outside and just take a shoot really quick and just post it so people could see that I'm still doing what I'm supposed to do. And it's more for me to keep myself sane. So,
Well, we definitely should always try to keep ourselves busy, and
right.
especially in these tough times where we have to be in the house all the time. So
Yeah.
during this time, I know that when you do your photo shoots and everything, that I'm sure it probably definitely bring you back to the runway and fashion shows, right? So
Yeah.
back then when you was doing your fashion shows, a lot of models bring in a lot of things that they cannot live without. So, what is in your model bag that you cannot live without?
One of the big things about me, and a lot of people know this, is that I'm big on hygiene. So I have to make sure in my bag I have at least deodorant, at least some Listerine because the breath be hot sometimes. And I have at
Most
least
definitely.
I have to have at least my washcloth because the thing is when you do fashion shows, you're pretty much there all day. So you
Yes,
want to
that is
always
true.
make sure you have something to keep yourself clean and fresh. So you don't want to be wearing somebody's designer's clothes or anything and you're smelling, ugh, So I always
That is
try to
a
keep
really
these
good point.
things in my bag, and I feel like that's very essential since that's the word that's going
Right.
around now, to have in your bag at all times. So me, it's all hygiene, so I have to have that in my bag.
Most definitely. And that is one of the main things that in the fashion show, because a lot of women are packed in one room and we're always moving really quickly behind
Oh
the
yeah.
scenes. So we definitely should keep things that keep ourselves fresh, especially as women in
Yes.
general, and men as well, because male models as well, but models overall, especially if we in a really tight space. Now,
Right.
also, so what exactly do you do when you are like out and about during New York Fashion Week and everything like that? Because I saw you in a group of ladies back
Mm-hmm.
then traveling. Tell me a
Yeah.
little bit about
Well, that was actually my first time traveling with a group of people. I usually do solo dolo, but I felt like I needed to do it with at least a team of girls that I knew and I was comfortable with. That was
Mhm.
an experience of itself. We were literally inside Times Square, so it was one of those things like, okay, we're not gonna sleep. So let's go ahead and knock this out. We was literally in the streets walking like 2, 3 in the morning because we're trying to find food. We're trying to, like, make sure we're hydrated. And then the next
Right.
morning, we're up like 5 in the morning, make sure, you know, our face is clean, our hair is done. We're running to like the next casting call. And then we have a show here. We got to go to this. It was, for me, like, you got to be a real model to love what you do. If running around and bumping into people and running into people and stuff like that's not your thing, I do not suggest for you to be a model, because trust and believe, I got bumped so many times in New York. I had to like remind myself, this is not Miami. Don't get gangster. Do what you gotta do and keep going.
I can totally understand that, because I'm from Miami as well. And I went there to New York for a short period of time, and it was definitely busy at 1 o'clock in the morning and 2 o'clock in the morning. New York don't sleep, honey. They do not sleep.
At all.
They do not. So as a model, and I know that you have those are called sister locks. Am I correct? Your hair?
These are just regular locks.
Regular locks? As a natural hair model, how does that help, or how is does it have its pros and cons when you actually go to casting calls?
Very great question. And yes, there is pros and cons. The pro is depending on the designer or the fashion show. If let's just say it's a hair show, yes, my hair is what they would want to like go ahead and color and have fun with it, do all types of designs with it, and it works perfectly for me. Now, if I would say, like, if I'm doing like a high fashion fashion show and they have a specific look that they want for my hair, sometimes my hair could be a challenge. And one of the things that I've kind of experienced and kind of made me feel kind of a little down with it, but then I kind of picked myself up and told myself, hey, if they can't do it, you can do it, is that I'll find like hairstylists that cannot style my hair. And I will sit back for a little bit and I'll watch, you know, people pass me by and they're like going in the seats and they're leaving. And I can't get on the seat because that stylist cannot style my hair. So one thing that I've learned, and I'm very good at looking at the negative and trying to flip the negative to a positive. And so whenever like the stylist, and I always find great hairstylists that would apologize and they're like, I'm so sorry, I don't know what to do with your hair. And you know, I'll tell them, no, it's okay. I got this. And one thing about me, I always make sure I have my rubber band, my pins, and my brush and some edge control to get this together.
Yes, honey. Improvise.
So I make sure whatever style that they're looking for, I will make sure I'll fix that. And another thing also, I always look at, you know, styles that would accommodate whatever they're looking for. And I always reach out to my loctician, which her name is Stephanie. She does natural essence. She will style my hair before a show and have it ready. So that way I'm not like, you know, having this anxiety that nobody's going to do my hair. So I always try to have, you know, these things ready beforehand so that way I don't fall short.
Right. And honestly, that's really good, because a lot of people do get down when it comes down to that. And you always, as a professional model, and a lot of new models that's listening, I'm sure that helped them out as well. Oh, yeah. That behind the scenes, sometimes things don't go as planned. Like even with makeup, you should always bring your own makeup. Yep. You should always know how to do your own makeup as well. You should know how to, things shift very quickly. So you need to think quickly on your feet. So I love that. I love that. Hope everybody taking notes on that. So another question, what exactly do you miss specifically about the runway?
Everything. Oh my God, take me back. Take me back. The main thing I miss is the adrenaline. Like, I am the type of person, I like the rush. So I remember one of the shows, I don't remember what show it was. I was backstage. Actually, I remember it was Tampa Bay Fashion Week. I was in line to get up the stage to go ahead and hit the runway. And right behind the curtain, I remember a model stood behind me and she was like, Edwich, why aren't you nervous? I don't understand. And I told her, I said, this is the area, this is my platform where I feel me, and that people get to see who I am and my personality. Right. And then, as soon as I hit the runway, it's like this attitude shift. Like, it's like, oh, y'all gonna see me today. Lights, camera, action, let's go. And it's like, I blink out and it's like, oh, I'm walking on heaven or something. Like, it just, I don't know, something about the runway that just brings me so much joy, and I do
Right.
it with all my heart, like all my heart. And my point of me being on the runway is representing whatever is on me to make sure it sells and I sell. So not only that I sell the product that's on me, but whoever's out there, because you never know who's watching, could see me
True.
too and pick me up.
Exactly.
So that's the goal.
Exactly.
So I missed the
Listen,
runway.
and I definitely worked with you in the past, and everybody have to literally watch all the shows that she be in order for you guys to know exactly what she's talking about. Because once you see her on the runway, it's like, whoa, it's exactly like that. You guys have to see her. So, what exactly would you prefer as far as a job? A, runway. B, photo shoot. C, fit modeling. Or D, live expos. Which one of those would you prefer?
I would pick B. And the
B?
reason B as in photo shoot. And the reason why I would pick, of course, runway is the love of my life, but for photo shoot for me is art. And
Mm-hmm.
for example, what I have on right here, if I would have to shoot this, oh honey, I'm bringing this whole thing out. It will be over my
Yes.
shoulders. I will have it like pop the collar. I will make this come out to the point where you don't see me, you see the art of this. You will see everything about this. I want to represent the brand. So this way, when
Right.
you look at the picture, you're not seeing just my beauty. Yes, of course, that's what you want to see, but I want you to see the art behind the photography. And also for photo shoots, I'm more of a person where if I'm invited to do a photo shoot by a photographer, I love to look at the environment. I love to know the theme and the reason behind the photo shoot. So this way I come with the mindset of, okay, I know what I'm going in for. I know what they're looking for, and I know who I'm representing. So I could bring
Right.
my whole personality out and we make the best photo shoot ever. And I make sure that picture that they're looking for, they get it.
Listen, that I feel like I'm in modeling church right now. I almost caught the Holy Ghost. Almost caught the Holy Ghost up in here. All right, now, honey, it's time for the We Want to Know questions. Are you ready?
Bring it in. Let's
You
go.
ready? It's about to get real juicy up in here.
All right.
All right. So, if you're in New York Fashion Week runway fashion show, and
Uh-huh.
you had to pick one designer to walk for, which one would it be? A, Alexander McQueen. B, Versace. C, Gucci.
I would definitely go. Whew, those are some good choices.
Yes,
But
they are.
I would definitely go with A, Alexander McQueen.
Alexander McQueen. Ooh, woo,
I
all of
got.
them are good, but Alexander McQueen hit
Whew,
different. I'm telling you.
his designs, like, oh my God. Like, if
Yes.
this man would ever request me, I think I would die and then get back up again and die again. Like, I wouldn't know what to do with my life.
Well, you
I,
know what? We're gonna speak that into existence, honey, because
come on now.
I can see you on the runway modeling Alexander McQueen, Gucci and Versace too,
Come
honey. Why
on.
not?
That can happen too. Why not?
All right. So the next question: what is your greatest accomplishment?
Greatest accomplishment. I could definitely say this, and it might sound like any other answer, but for me, it means a lot. Is me getting my degrees. I could honestly say school was a struggle for me, and I
Mm-hmm.
say that because I was raised in a Haitian household, and my first language was Creole, French. So
Mm-hmm.
going to school, it was kind of a struggle, with the language barrier and stuff like that. So seeing that I was able to graduate high school and then ended up with 2 degrees in my hand, I felt so accomplished with that, to the point where if you come to my house, that is plastered like right there. And it's not that I'm boasting about it. It's just the fact that I went through a lot. And if I tell you the story, we'll be here all night if I would have to tell you the story of how I accomplished these things. I've quit school. I've gave up on myself, but it was just to the point where I didn't even see a light at the end of the tunnel, but I made it. So for me to have that degree, for those degrees that I have, I feel
That
rich.
is so beautiful. That is so beautiful. Listen, beauty and brains. Oh, this is a unicorn that I'm talking to, you guys.
Yes,
Oh, unicorn, honey. Beauty and brains. That is amazing. I love it. I love it. We should always keep ourselves educated. That is a huge accomplishment. If you have to put that on a billboard, honey, be proud of that, especially when it comes down to something that you are proud about.
And I want to send this message to all my models, young models that's coming out. Please, 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 I beg of you. I understand modeling could be something for you, but please always have a plan B behind it. Always have an education behind everything that you do, because I understand modeling could be your passion, but you always want to have that education behind it, because you never know what could happen. And like how we are now, we're all stuck home.
Right.
So make sure you have an education. It's very, very important.
Always have a plan B. That is really good.
Yes.
All right. Next question, honey. What is your greatest fear?
Oh, Lord. My greatest fear is it's failure. And I say failure. Yes. I say failure, not to say that it's a wrong thing to fail, because I've failed many times and I've accomplished. But failure for me is more of me not succeeding in what I'm supposed to do now for my legacy to grow.
Wow.
So I work hard and do what I do every day, not for today. It's for tomorrow. Right. So if I fail today, I fail my generation. So I look at failure in that way, and that's one of my biggest fears. So I work hard. I do what I do because of my future, and I want to make sure my future is ready for me.
Awesome. That is great. I love to hear things like that. You should always plan for the future, because you never know. Yes. Never know where you can be in the future. That's why you should never, ever give up, ever.
Right.
Right. So the next question, would you rather be loved or feared?
Ooh, we're touching some touchy subjects right now. Let's see. So one of the things for me, I of course, everybody wants to be loved. But for me, I struggle in that area, and this is me being transparent right now. Receiving love for me is really hard. I'm the one that love to pour my love to you. I will give you everything. I will pour my soul, make sure you're happy. But me receiving it is a struggle for me. I always feel like if I get it, maybe I owe you something. Maybe I need to do more for you because you're giving it to me. So I'm still in that learning stage of accepting love. So yes, I want to be loved. And I say both for fear. And when I said for fear, it's not for you to feel intimidated by me, but it's more for respect, for you to respect me. That's where that fear for me comes.
Which one is more important? The love or the
I want to be loved. The love? Yes.
Yeah. All right. Awesome. Awesome. All right. So what are the 3 people you are inspired by? If you had to pick 3.
First and foremost, I got to go for my mom. That's my biggest inspiration.
I love that.
That's my inspiration.
I just want to say that you two are adorable on social media. I love y'all energy. I love y'all connection. I just love everything about you. I feel like I got a relationship with your mom through your social media. She is just so sweet. And she's just so sweet and too funny. I love that. I love that. I promise you, that is just the cutest thing ever. Because I feel like I hold that really near and dear to my heart.
Yeah, my mom is everything to me. Only because the reason why she inspires me, I saw her struggle. You know, I saw where she came from. You know, knowing that she's an immigrant and she worked herself to where she is now. And that's why I think where I got that drive from, to where I need to keep going. And everything I do also, it's like, I want to make sure they look good. Like my parents have to look good. So my mom inspires me to be a better woman, to be a future mother one day, you know, in the way she loves her husband. I want to one day love my husband that way, you know? So she's my biggest inspiration. My second one, it's my forever first lady, Michelle Obama. We share the same date of birth, January 17th. That is right there.
Oh, that is so cool.
Yes, we share the same date of birth, January 17th.
Woo!
So
I bet that got to make you feel good.
Yes, yes. And the best thing about that too, me, my mother, and Michelle Obama share the same birthday. We have January.
You
Me and my mom was
the
born
same birthday?
the same birthday.
Oh,
yep.
that is amazing.
Yes, yes, yes.
Oh my gosh, that is
Yep.
great.
Yep. So
All right,
I'm
so
so inspired by her so much. I had to buy her book. And anybody out there, please, please, please get her book. It's very, very good. Very, very encouraging. This woman came from nothing to become the first lady. So that tells me I could become a first lady one day. But that's not.
You can. You definitely can, honey.
But I'm just saying, like, anything that
put your mind to it, they can.
Right.
All right, so who's the third one?
The third one, don't laugh at me. But
no judgment.
Okay, the third person that inspires me is Tupac.
Tupac?
Tupac.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Oh, okay.
Tupac, listen, Tupac is a legend around here.
Listen, I've watched all his documentaries. Like, I've watched everything that when he was in prison, when he was talking. And one of the things that stood out the most for me is that he said, you know, don't listen to everything that you hear. Make sure you do your own research. And I'm paraphrasing that he probably didn't say it in that phase, but I took it as that. And it kind of taught me, in a sense, like, you know, people always try to tell you something, try to give you some idea, oh, this is how you should live your life, this is how you should do it. But I learned that, yeah, I'll take your opinion, I'll listen to it, but I'm going to still do me. I'm going to go ahead and fall and get back up again. So, you know, listening to his documentary and listening to how he handled life and stuff like that kind of inspired me in a sense. So those are my three top.
I love that. Those are some good choices, especially your mama. Listen, I have a relationship with my mom. Like, she's like my best friend. I tell that lady things I probably shouldn't even tell her. Like, I tell her everything. Oh my God. We have so many people on here. I saw Tanisha earlier said that she loved your smile. Lacey is on here. He was like, great job and respect to you. We have a great audience tonight, and thank you guys all for joining us tonight. Edwich, you were amazing, honey. And you know, we got to know you a little bit better, and it's just amazing. And congratulations to you getting your degree, honey. Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Most definitely. Now, let the people know, what do you have coming up on Horizon and where they can find you, just in case anybody want to hire you for modeling.
Of course. Well, I am, again, like I said earlier, I do have a collection called Proud Black that is coming out, and I am looking for people to support. I'm waiting for quarantine to get out so I could go ahead and do this big old fashion show. I don't know the location yet. It might not be here in Florida. It could be somewhere else. So you guys stay tuned, and you might have to travel out with me. So that could happen.
Yes.
And I am I'm working on trying to open up my own modeling agency. So that's a long-term goal that I'm working towards, and hopefully I'm praying that God helps me on that. So that is something that I'm looking forward for, and I ask for everybody that's on here to pray for me and give me the strength to like move forward with that, because I really love inspiring models. I love giving advices as much as I can, because I didn't get that when I was getting to the model world. So I got scammed so many times. So by that happening to me, I want to be able to help others and send them to the directions that they need to be. So that's one thing that I want you guys to look out for. And of course, look out for my pictures and all that. Man, show some love.
Because your pictures be real cute. I be like, I'm not modeling anything. I'm like, how she do that angle? I be like, can I? Nah, I just leave it to the professional.
Right.
I leave it to you. And let us know where they can find you on social media as well.
Yes. So I have three platforms. You can find me on Facebook, Edwich Dévine Destiny, Instagram, Queen_Edwich, and on Snapchat, you can find me as Edwich DeRoche. So you can find me there. Follow me.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Thanks everybody for tuning in. You guys make sure you tune in next Wednesday at 9 o'clock because it's going to be a huge treat. You got to tune in to find out.
Tune in.
And we got so many great things to come up for you guys for the Fashion Roundtable. And thank you guys so much. And you guys have a great night. Thank you so much, Edwidge.
Bye, guys.